In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 muscle to release to fix your pelvic tilt and uneven hips. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So if you're noticing that your hips and your pelvis looks a little uneven, like one hip is a little bit higher than the other, definitely check this video out, because what usually causes this is a blend of weakness and tightness that builds in the muscles that help keep everything in balance. These main muscles include the glutes and the quadratus lumborum, or QL muscle. To fix this, I'm going to break the video up into two separate parts. In the first part, we're going to focus on correcting the high hip, while in the second part we're going to target the low hip. While both parts work differently, they are meant to work together. To get the best results, go through all the exercises and use what works best for you. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out which side is high and which side is low to make it a lot more effective to treat any muscle imbalances. A really easy self-test to check for uneven hips is to stand in front of a mirror, take your fingers, put them right over your belly button. Now slowly trace off to your side. Eventually you're going to hit two big pelvic bones. What you want to do is trace towards the top of those pelvic bones and then look in the mirror. The odds are that you're going to notice that one side, those fingers, are a little bit higher than the other. So now knowing which side is high and which side is low, we can move on to the exercises. In the first part, we're going to target muscle imbalances that can lead to a high hip. The main cause of this and just uneven hips in general is because of a tight quadratus lumborum muscle that pulls one side up. So here's a really easy exercise that can release that tightness. And just as a quick note, this exercise is by far the most important one to do in this video, so please don't skip it. It's called the ballerina, and we can do this one standing. So whatever side that you have the high hip, let's say it's our right side, what you're going to do is take that side's leg and foot, place it over the other side just like this. Hand on the other side goes right on our hip, hand on the high hip side goes overhead. Now you know why we call it the ballerina. The movement with this one is really straightforward. You're just going to press your pelvis and hips towards that high hip side, and you're going to lean away with your upper body. As you do this, you're going to feel a really deep stretch form from the bottom of your ribs working into your lower back towards the top of the hip. You want to build into this one as much as you can. Feel a deep but comfortable stretch, and then hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. Again, with each repetition, just build into it a little bit more. So to take this one to the next level and target the QL, or quadratus lumborum, a little bit differently, you can do a movement called the twist and lean. So for this one, we're going to put our arms out in front of us, kind of like a genie position, and we're going to twist or rotate through our waist towards that other side. So I'm twisting towards my left if I have a high right hip. You should feel an initial stretch forming over your lower back, and you're going to hold that, and now you're going to lean away like this. So we're going to twist and then lean. It's going to be a different stretch, but you may find that it helps out a little bit more. Again, a 20 to 30 second hold. You're going to release it and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. Go through both of those movements. You may find that one just helps you out a little bit more. So another cause of a high hip is due to glute weakness, especially with the gluteus minimus and medius. Over time, this glute weakness can lead to pelvic instability and a high hip. So here's a really good strengthening exercise that we can do standing, and all you're going to need is a wall. Whatever side that you have the high hip, again, let's say it's our right side, you want the other side facing the wall. What you're going to do is take your hand on the other side, place it on the wall for support, and keep your body nice and straight during this exercise. We're going to place all of our body weight on the high hip side's foot and place it a little bit more towards the heel. The other leg is going to go straight out in front of us, toes pointed towards the floor. The movement from here is very straightforward. We're just going to bend our knee and sit or squat our bottom towards the floor. As we do this, it's going to lower the foot on the other side towards the floor. So what you're going to do is keep going down. You're going to tap the floor with your foot, and then you're going to drive back up like this, engaging as many leg and hip muscles as possible. So try to do this nice and slowly, going down and up for about 10 to 15 repetitions. You're going to feel a deep activation around the buttocks, targeting those glutes. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. But another way to make this more challenging is not to use the wall. So just use your leg strength right here to more or less stabilize this going down and up. It's really going to target those glutes and build a lot more pelvic stability. So to take this one to the next level, we can throw in another movement that's really going to target the gluteus medius. So for this one, we're going to go right next to our wall, and I'm going to demonstrate what to do for a right-sided high hip. But this time around, we're going to place all of our body weight on the other side's foot. You're going to take the high hip side's leg, have it straight, and you're just going to lift it off to your side like this. Try to bring that foot up towards the ceiling as much as you can, because you're going to feel a deep activation around the buttocks, around the hip. Hold this for 5 seconds. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 10 to 15 times. But again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. In the second part, we're now going to target muscle imbalances that lead to a low hip. And with these imbalances, they're just flipped around from that high hip side. So this time around with a low hip, we're going to deal with glute tightness. So this exercise is really good to do after that last glute strengthening exercise, and we can do this when seated. Whatever side that you have that low hip, let's say it's our right side, you're going to take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. What you're going to do is take your hands, cup around this bent knee, and now slowly pull that knee across your body towards the other side's shoulder. So my right knee is getting pulled towards my left shoulder. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form on the outside of your thigh that works across the buttocks and really deep into the hip. Focus on feeling it around the hip and then hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. Release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and get a much deeper glute release, this is what you can do. You're going to take this bent knee and press it down towards the floor, but don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength. The more you press down, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation around the buttocks. You're going to hold this, and now keeping your back nice and straight, you're going to slowly pivot forward, lowering your chest towards the floor. Do this one slowly because it's going to deepen that stretch really quickly. You're going to hold this for 5 seconds, you're going to release it, and then you're going to repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, just build into it a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it's helping out, but there's a little bit more tightness left, you can keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So another cause of a low hip is due to quadratus lumborum muscle weakness on that side. One of the easiest exercises that you can do to strengthen the muscle is by doing what we call the hip hiker. And all you're going to need is a stair or a step. So for this one, whatever side that you're having a low hip, you want that side off, and you're going to place the other side's foot right at the edge like this. And you're more than welcome to grab off to the side on a wall, railing, whatever, for support, but you just want to try to keep your back and body as straight as possible. So all movement is going to come through this low hip. What we're going to do is hike or raise that hip upward towards the ceiling as much as we can. The more that you drive that hip upward, the more that you're going to feel a deep activation in the lower back. Try to feel it around the bottom of the ribs, throughout the lower back, towards your hip. Once you do, hold this for about 5 seconds. You're going to release it, take a breather, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, build into it a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it's helping out and you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. But to take this one to the next level, we can add in another movement that will help strengthen that low hip side while also stretching the quadratus lumborum on the other side. Remember, the most common cause of uneven hips is a tight quadratus lumborum on that high side. So here's how to target both. What we're going to do is have that low side off again. I'm going to hike that hip upward, hold that for 5 seconds, but this time around, I'm going to release it and slowly lower this hip downward towards the floor, pressing my foot towards the floor at the same time. But don't let it touch, just let it hover a little bit above the floor because you're going to feel a really deep stretch on that high hip side. 5-second hold, you're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this going up and down for 5 times in both directions. But again, afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.